All right, so today we're diving into something pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Phuket villas.
Mm-hmm.
You might be out there thinking about maybe owning a piece of paradise there, and
Right.
the research that we have on this
Yeah.
is really packed with details.
Absolutely.
We're not just skimming the surface. We're
Yeah.
going deep to help you figure out if this is just a daydream or a real possibility for you.
Yeah. And what I found interesting is the guide that we're looking at goes beyond just that sort of vacation home idea.
Okay.
It really digs into why Phuket villas are such hot property, like literally,
Okay.
for investors too.
So not just sipping cocktails by the pool.
Right, exactly. Think rental income, our retirement plan, even
Yeah. Oh.
a legacy property for your family.
Okay.
And the types of villas out there. I mean, everything from ultra modern to those gorgeous traditional Thai styles.
Wow.
We're talking serious potential here.
So where do we even start?
Mm.
I'm already picturing those turquoise waters, but the island's pretty big.
Yeah, well, the guide breaks down 4 main areas, each with a totally different vibe.
Okay.
So let's start with the West Coast.
Okay.
Think Patong, Kamala, Bangtao.
Yeah, those names ring a bell.
Right. That's where you'll find the iconic beaches, the high-end resorts, the buzz.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not all parties and crowds.
Okay.
Tucked away, you've got these secluded villas almost hidden in plain sight.
That sounds perfect for someone who wants the best of both worlds.
Yes.
A bit of peace and quiet, but you're close enough to the action if you're feeling social.
Precisely now, if someone's after pure tranquility,
Okay.
the guide suggests checking out the South Coast.
Okay.
Think Rawai Nai Harn, laid back, authentic, way less crowded. Imagine hidden coves, family-run restaurants.
Almost like stepping back in time.
You got to know, this is where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
The East Coast.
Yeah.
I think Cape Yamu is still pretty under the radar.
Mm-hmm.
Fewer tourists, more of a local feel, and potentially more bang for your buck property-wise.
Ooh, I love a hidden gem.
Yes.
Okay, so we've got the party scene, we've got the tranquil escape.
Right.
What's the last spot?
The North Coast, places like Mai Khao.
Okay.
Think luxury developments, but blended into that natural beauty. So national parks, mangroves, you name it.
Wow.
It's for someone who wants that high-end experience, but also values being close to nature, maybe even a bit of that eco-conscious vibe.
Okay, so picture this.
Yeah.
You found your perfect spot.
Yeah.
You're daydreaming about your villa,
Mm-hmm.
but then comes the actual buying part.
Yes.
I've got to admit, buying abroad can feel a bit intimidating.
Sure.
Where do we even begin?
Well, the guide breaks it down into super clear steps.
Okay.
First up, finding the right real estate agent.
Okay.
And we're not talking about just any agent. You need someone who truly knows the Phuket market, the legalities, the hidden opportunities. They're your partner in this journey.
Okay, so we've got our trusty guide by our side.
Yeah.
What's next on the checklist?
Research, research, research.
Ah, that's always good.
Don't just jump at the first shiny villa you see.
Right.
The market in Phuket is dynamic. Prices can fluctuate.
Mm.
New developments are popping up all the time.
Right.
Understand the trends, the legal quirks, any potential pitfalls.
Knowledge is power.
Yes.
So what about the legal stuff?
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing we need some expert help there too.
Absolutely. Hiring a lawyer who specializes in Phuket real estate is non-negotiable.
Okay.
They'll make sure everything is above board,
Sure.
guide you through the contracts, protect your interests, and handle all the paperwork.
That takes a huge weight off.
Yes.
Okay, so we've done our research, we've got our legal eagle, but I'm not signing anything until I've seen the place with my own eyes.
Of course.
Right.
Visiting the property is crucial.
Yeah.
Photos can be deceiving. You need to feel the energy, see the surrounding area, check out those views for yourself.
And let's be real, it's the perfect excuse for a trip to Phuket.
Absolutely.
All right, now for the fun part, negotiating the price.
Mm-hmm.
Any tips from the guide?
Yes.
Should we channel our inner haggling master?
Absolutely. With your agent and lawyer backing you up, don't be afraid to negotiate.
Okay.
Remember, it's a dance. You make an offer, the seller counteroffers, and you work towards a price that makes both parties happy.
Sounds a bit like a game of strategy.
Yes.
So once we've nailed down the price, what are the final hurdles?
You make a formal offer, and once it's accepted, you sign the contract.
Okay.
Your lawyer will scrutinize every detail, making sure your interests are protected.
All right.
And then comes the exciting part, transferring ownership and officially becoming a Phuket villa owner.
Now that's something to celebrate.
Yes.
Okay, so we've navigated the Phuket villa landscape, we've found our dream location, even mastered the art of negotiation.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
let's be real.
Yeah.
There's one big elephant in the room.
Right.
Financing.
Yes.
This whole paradise dream.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's not as simple as getting a mortgage back home.
You're right. The guide makes it clear that financing a Phuket villa as a foreigner can be tricky.
Okay.
Thai banks do offer mortgages, but they often come with higher interest rates and a lot more paperwork
Right.
than what you might be used to.
Yeah, that makes sense. Banks are probably a bit more cautious when it comes to overseas buyers.
Yeah.
So what if the Thai mortgage route isn't an option?
Mm-hmm.
What does the guide suggest?
Interestingly, some developers offer in-house financing.
Good.
It can be a bit more flexible, but as always,
Yeah,
read the fine print.
of course.
Terms can vary wildly, and you want to make sure you're not signing up for something you don't fully understand.
Absolutely.
Mm.
So it's all about weighing the pros and cons, comparing those options carefully.
Exactly.
Now let's get into the legal nitty-gritty.
Okay.
What does owning a property in Thailand actually mean for someone who's not a Thai citizen?
That's where the guide gets super helpful.
Okay.
It breaks down the ownership structure, and here's the good news.
Okay.
Foreigners can fully own villas,
Right.
but there's a catch.
Uh-oh.
It usually involves something called leasehold land.
Leasehold land. That sounds a bit like renting.
It's similar, but with some key differences. You're essentially leasing the land for a set period, usually around 30 years.
Okay.
But you have complete ownership of the villa itself,
Okay.
and these leases can often be renewed, giving you pretty solid long-term security.
Okay.
It's a common practice in Phuket and very well established legally.
That definitely clears up some of the mystery around ownership.
Yeah.
But let's be honest, not everyone who buys a Phuket villa wants to live there year-round.
Right.
What if we're thinking of renting it out when we're not using it?
The guide actually encourages that.
Oh, really?
Turning your villa into a vacation rental can be a fantastic way to generate passive income.
Right.
And let's face it, Phuket's a pretty desirable destination, so you shouldn't have too much trouble finding renters.
That sounds like a win-win. Enjoy paradise yourself,
Huh.
and D, have it potentially pay for itself.
Yeah.
But managing a property from miles away
Mm-hmm.
can feel daunting.
Sure.
Does the guide offer any advice on that?
This is where property management companies come in. They're like your boots on the ground in Phuket, handling everything from marketing and bookings to cleaning maintenance, even dealing with guests. They take the stress out of being a landlord from afar.
So it's like having a trusted team making sure everything runs smoothly.
Exactly.
Now let's talk about the dreaded T word.
Oh.
Taxes.
Yes.
Owning a property abroad probably comes with some tax implications.
The guide gets into the specifics, and yes, you'll need to be aware of Thai tax laws.
Got it.
If you're renting out your villa, you'll be subject to rental income tax.
Right.
But the good news is there are deductions and allowances that can help you legally minimize what you owe.
Okay, so we might need to brush up on our Thai tax knowledge or maybe even consult a professional.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's a question that's important to me.
Yeah.
Sustainability, building a villa, especially in a beautiful place like Phuket,
Mm.
has an impact on the environment.
Right.
What does the guide say about that?
It's really interesting because the guide highlights a growing trend of sustainable villa developments in Phuket. We're talking eco-friendly building materials, solar panels, rainwater harvesting systems, responsible waste management. Developers are realizing that luxury and sustainability can go hand in hand.
That's amazing. So it's not just about building a beautiful villa. It's about building one that respects the environment.
Exactly.
Now let's shift gears and talk about something a bit more personal.
Okay.
Culture. Phuket has such a rich and vibrant culture. How does the guide suggest navigating that as a foreign villa owner?
It emphasizes the importance of being respectful and sensitive to Thai customs and traditions.
Right.
It encourages villa owners to engage with the local community, learn some basic Thai phrases, support local businesses. It's about being a good neighbor, not just a visitor passing through.
So it's about becoming part of the fabric of Phuket, not just building a little bubble around your villa.
Exactly.
Now let's talk about something that's often overlooked.
Okay.
Insurance.
Yes.
What does the guide recommend in terms of protecting our investment?
It stresses the importance of comprehensive villa insurance and not just the basic stuff.
Okay.
Think coverage for fire theft, natural disasters, even liability.
Right.
It's about peace of mind knowing you're protected if anything unexpected happens.
Okay, so we've got to think beyond just insuring the bricks and mortar. It's about covering all those potential risks. Now, let's look ahead. What's the long-term outlook for Phuket's real estate market? Does the guide offer any predictions?
It paints a pretty optimistic picture.
Okay.
But with a healthy dose of realism,
Right.
it sees continued growth in the luxury villa market driven by Phuket's booming tourism industry, its attractive lifestyle, and the potential for strong returns on investment.
So it's not just a hunch.
Hmm.
There are solid factors driving this positive outlook.
Right.
What are some of the key things the guide points to?
Well, for one, Phuket's infrastructure is constantly improving.
Okay.
We're talking better transportation links, upgraded healthcare facilities, more international schools, all things that make it even more appealing to both residents and investors.
So it's not just about the beautiful beaches anymore. It's about the whole package.
Exactly.
What else is contributing to this upward trend?
The Thai government is actively encouraging foreign investment.
Okay.
They've made it easier for foreigners to buy property,
Mhm.
and they're investing heavily in promoting tourism.
Right.
It creates a stable and welcoming environment for overseas buyers.
So we've got a desirable location, a growing economy, supportive government policies, and that shift towards sustainability we talked about earlier. It sounds like a recipe for success.
Absolutely. And there's another interesting factor the guide mentions,
Okay.
the rise of the Asian middle class.
Right.
They're increasingly looking for overseas investment opportunities. And Phuket, with its combination of affordability and luxury,
Yeah.
is becoming a very attractive option.
So it's not just a Western market anymore. It's a global phenomenon.
Right.
That's pretty exciting.
It is, but the guide also emphasizes that no investment is without risk. It encourages thorough due diligence, understanding market fluctuations, and seeking professional advice before jumping in.
That's a crucial reminder, no matter how promising the outlook we've got, to approach this with both enthusiasm and a healthy dose of caution.
Absolutely.
So we've covered a lot of ground, from finding that perfect Phuket villa
Yeah.
to financing all the legal stuff, even the future of the market. But I want to shift gears a bit now.
Okay.
Let's get personal.
Yeah.
What does owning a Phuket villa really mean for you, the listener?
That's a great question because at the end of the day, this is about more than just, bricks and mortar.
Right.
The guide touches on this too. It's
Yeah.
about a lifestyle, a dream.
Exactly. And different dreams for different people, of
Yeah.
course. Some of you might be picturing your family there.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that, how family-friendly IS Phuket.
Super family friendly, actually. The guide highlights that many villas are designed with families in mind.
Okay.
So spacious layouts, gardens, private pools for the kids to splash around in. Right.
Plus, Phuket's got great international schools, top-notch healthcare. So you've got peace of mind on that front, too.
That's a huge plus for anyone with kids. But what about safety?
Yeah.
I mean, that's always a top concern for parents.
Phuket's got a pretty low crime rate overall.
Okay.
And many villa communities have 24-hour security,
Right.
giving you that extra layer of protection. Of course, common sense precautions always apply,
Yeah.
but generally it's a very safe environment.
That's reassuring to hear. Now, let's talk about the fun stuff.
Okay.
The lifestyle.
Right.
What does the guide paint as a typical day for a Phuket villa owner?
Well, it definitely sounds idyllic.
Okay.
Wake up to those ocean views, maybe a dip in your pool,
Right.
some fresh tropical fruit.
Yeah.
Then you've got a whole island to explore, beaches, temples, markets, amazing food.
Wow.
Every day can be an adventure.
Sounds dreamy, but beyond the tourist attractions, what's the social scene like? Will we be stuck in our villa bubble or?
No, Phuket has a vibrant expat community.
You've got social clubs, sports groups, volunteering opportunities, even language exchange meetups.
Oh, wow.
It's easy to find people with similar interests, build friendships, really feel like you belong.
So it's not just escaping to an island, it's about finding a new home.
Exactly.
Speaking of practicalities, what's transportation like?
Getting around's pretty easy.
Okay.
Taxis are readily available.
Yeah.
You've got songthos, which are like shared taxis, and motorbike rentals are popular too.
Okay.
Many villa communities are well connected to public transportation as well.
Okay, so we can explore the island without a problem.
Yeah.
Now I have to ask, what's the food like? I'm a total foodie, so this is crucial information.
Get ready for a culinary explosion.
Oh.
Phuket's a food lover's paradise. Think fresh seafood, incredible curries, those aromatic street food stalls.
Yeah.
And don't even get me started on the night markets.
Okay, now I'm really hungry.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the practical side of things for a moment.
Yeah.
Cost of living.
Yeah.
How does Phuket compare to other expat hotspots?
Phuket offers a really good value for your money, especially compared to places like Europe or North America.
Okay.
You can enjoy a comfortable lifestyle, eat out, often even hire help if you need to.
Right.
all without breaking the bank.
That's definitely appealing now for anyone with kids.
Mm.
Education is a big consideration.
Yeah.
What are the options like in Phuket?
Phuket's got a growing number of excellent international schools,
Okay.
catering to kids of all ages.
All right.
They follow internationally recognized curricula, so your kids won't be missing out academically,
Right.
and the quality is very high.
So we can take the good education box. Last but not least, let's talk visas. What are the options for someone who wants to live in Phuket long term?
The guide breaks down the different visa categories.
Okay.
You've got retirement visas, long stay visas, even business visas, each with its own set of requirements.
Okay.
It can be a bit complex, so it's worth doing your research and maybe even consulting an immigration specialist.
Okay, so we might need some expert help to navigate the visa maze.
Yeah.
But as we wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah.
I want to leave you, the listener, with one final thought.
Okay.
Imagine this. You're on the balcony of your Phuket villa.
Mm-hmm.
The sun is setting over the Andaman Sea,
Yeah.
painting the sky in 1,000 shades of orange and pink.
Yeah.
You take a deep breath. Feel that warm breeze.
Wow.
And you think, this is my life now.
Mm-hmm.
What does that feel like to you?
Yeah.
We've given you the information, the insights, the tools.
Right.
Now it's up to you to decide if this dream is something you want to pursue.
Mm-hmm.
We hope this deep dive has sparked your imagination and maybe even giving you the confidence to take that next step.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us on this journey to paradise.